looks of things.
Joining us today for a special edition of New News is the 6-foot guard from Iowa. She's the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history, the first overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. She's a two-time WNBA All-Star, 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year, the 2024 Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, and she is the first and now last guest of New Heights in the 2025 season.
Oh wow, they actually had her first and last for the same year. That's kind of crazy.
Let's go! 92%ers, please welcome back to the show, Caitlin Clark!
The episode opens with excitement and energy as the hosts introduce a very special guest. They explain that today's guest is a 6-foot guard from Iowa, the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history, and the #1 pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. She is already a two-time WNBA All-Star, the 2024 Rookie of the Year, and was also named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. They emphasize that she isn't just any visitor. She is both the first and the final guest of the New Heights podcast for the 2025 season. The hosts laugh about how unusual that is. It's rare for someone to be invited twice in the same year, especially once at the beginning and again at the very end. They hype the moment, then welcome Caitlin Clark back to the show. But this appearance isn't just a friendly catch-up conversation. The hosts may sound relaxed, but there's something more deliberate happening beneath the surface. When they mention that Caitlin has a permanent invite, it doesn't feel like a casual joke. The Kelsey brothers don't normally bring people back unless there is a reason behind it, and this visit is clearly tied to something bigger. Caitlin Clark has been working with Nike on her own signature shoe, which has been teased for months. The company confirmed a spring 2025 release window, which usually means sometime between March and May in the United States. That timing places the launch just before the WNBA season begins, a perfect moment to build anticipation and enthusiasm among fans. Nike is known for carefully planned rollouts. They don't simply release a product and hope people notice. They stage a moment, build a story, and turn the launch into an event. Appearing on this podcast right now is part of that plan. Athletes rarely do huge podcast tours for no reason. When big names begin popping up on multiple shows, it usually signals that they are promoting something, a book, a movie, a brand partnership, or in this case, a major shoe debut. This is the modern version of a press tour. Instead of traditional sit-down interviews on television, celebrities and athletes connect with fans through long-form conversations that feel friendly and personal. The audience gets to hear stories, jokes, and behind-the-scenes details, and meanwhile, the brand they're promoting slowly enters the conversation. That is exactly what is happening here. Caitlin Clark has become one of the most important figures in women's basketball. She changed the way people look at the sport, drawing viewers who never watched the WNBA before, and inspiring a new generation of young players. For Nike, she represents something far bigger than a single contract. She represents opportunity. In the past, signature basketball shoes were almost guaranteed financial success. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James all had massive cultural influence. Shoes sold simply because their names were attached. That era made billions for Nike and shaped the way people thought about sports fashion. But times changed. Consumers now expect more than a famous name attached to a product. They want quality, performance, meaningful design, and authenticity. Younger athletes do not automatically sell shoes the way earlier legends did, and Nike has struggled with that shift. Many of their newer signature lines have not captured the same excitement or market demand. Then Caitlin Clark arrived, and the landscape shifted. Even so, Nike stumbled early on. There were moments when fans, and even Caitlin's boyfriend Connor McCaffrey, publicly criticized the company for failing to promote her properly. At one point, Nike highlighted milestones from several other signed WNBA players, but didn't acknowledge some of Caitlin's major achievements. That situation frustrated fans, and Connor called it out online, bringing even more attention to the issue. For a brand that prides itself on athlete relationships, that kind of criticism was embarrassing. But Nike is a corporation driven by results, and numbers began to speak louder than internal politics. Ratings increased. Merchandise sales surged. Interest in the WNBA grew at a historic pace, and Caitlin was at the center of that surge. Once the data became undeniable, Nike shifted direction. They recognized that she wasn't just another player, she was a cultural force. That is why this shoe launch matters so deeply to the company. It isn't being treated like a niche release or a limited run experiment. This time, Nike is going all in. The timing is intentional. Releasing the shoe in spring allows fans to buy it before the season starts, so they can watch Caitlin wear it on the court for months afterward. That creates emotional connection and brand loyalty. The launch window also avoids competition with major fall and winter releases tied to men's basketball stars, giving Caitlin's shoe room to stand on its own instead of competing for attention. This strategy signals something new for women's sports: real large-scale investment. Caitlin's audience is broader than traditional WNBA fandom. She reaches young girls, college basketball fans, casual viewers, and people who simply enjoy her competitive spirit. She brings fresh eyes to the sport, and Nike hopes she can do the same for the women's sneaker market. But the success of this launch depends on more than hype. The shoe has to be good, comfortable, stylish, functional, and built for real performance. If it feels cheap or gimmicky, interest will fade quickly after the first wave of purchases. Long-term success only happens if people like wearing the product, not just supporting the athlete behind it. That is why Caitlin's role in the design process matters. When players truly participate in shaping their shoes, testing materials, giving feedback on traction and support, and helping define the look, fans sense that authenticity feels personal rather than corporate. The podcast appearance supports that message. Instead of a stiff press conference, Caitlin is talking with two athletes who respect her and enjoy her presence. The conversation feels casual and genuine, even though everyone understands there is strategy at work. The Kelsey brothers will probably ask about design inspiration, how the shoe fits her playing style, and what features matter most to her on the court. Listeners won't just hear an advertisement, they'll hear a story. After the episode releases, clips will circulate across social media. Sneaker analysts will break down the design. Fans will react, debate, and speculate. Pre-orders will likely go live soon after, creating excitement and momentum leading into the season. From there, Nike can expand distribution, build community engagement, and keep the conversation going. But the stakes extend beyond one athlete or one product. This launch is a test of the broader market. It asks an important question: can women's basketball command the same commercial power traditionally reserved for men's sports? If Caitlin's shoe succeeds, it proves that investment in women athletes is not symbolic. It is profitable. It shows brands, leagues, and advertisers that there is real financial value in supporting women's sports at the highest level. It strengthens the WNBA's long-term growth and gives future athletes a stronger foundation to build upon. For Caitlin personally, this moment is about legacy. Signature shoes are not just merchandise, they are cultural artifacts. When people think of Jordan or Kobe, they remember not only championships but also the shoes that defined eras. Caitlin is still early in her career, yet she is already creating that type of impact. So when this New Heights episode airs, it will be more than a simple interview. It will be a carefully crafted moment that blends conversation, culture, business, and sports history in real time. Listeners will hear laughter, stories, and insight, but beneath all of that, a new chapter for women's basketball will be taking shape. Whether Caitlin asked for that responsibility or not, she now carries it, and the world will be watching to see what happens next.